We're talking about a violent incident and a wild party that took a really wrong turn. Tyson claims Diddy was caught up in something that got way out of hand, and it makes you wonder if there's even more to the story about Diddy's crazy lifestyle, from intense fights to scandalous antics at these wild parties. It sounds like Tyson has seen a side of Diddy that most people haven't, but does he really know about Diddy's darker moment? The details are pretty shocking and definitely raise some eyebrows about just how bad Diddy is. Celebrity Insider News.
And with you, he was chill. He was good. He was
Awesome guy.
Yeah.
I knew him before he was Diddy. And I knew him for a long time. When I first became champ, I knew him. I remember him. He used to have crates when he used to have my after parties and stuff. Also when they were throwing parties. I remember
This
him.
is when he was the CEO, founder of Bad Boy.
No, I don't think he was Bad Boy yet. No, he wasn't him. Damon Dash and all those guys. They weren't on yet.
Mike Tyson and Sean Diddy comms go way back. They were often seen rubbing shoulders at some of the most exclusive events from the 1990s. When both men were at the height of their fame to more recent years, they've shared more than a few wild nights together. But it wasn't just about public appearances. The kind of crowd Diddy surrounded himself with hinted at something more. Now, Tyson's history with Diddy suggests that he wasn't just an outsider looking in. He had an inside view of Diddy's world, a world that few outsiders could truly understand. Meanwhile, Diddy's reputation for throwing controversial parties is nothing new. From the height of the 90s hip-hop scene to his more recent years as a business mogul, his past is controversial and also surrounded in a level of secrecy. Deciders have long whispered about the alleged nature of his parties and the stories that slipped through the cracks. Paint a bad picture of what really went down. Celebrities, VIPs, and industry heavyweights would engage in risky and at times dangerous behavior. Illegal substances, alcohol, and high-stakes activities were reportedly the norm, with Diddy at the center of it all. These weren't just parties. They were where boundaries were pushed, sometimes to the breaking point, but Diddy's guests knew how to keep things under wraps. Many people have speculated that the only reason some of the wilder details have never surfaced is due to a code of silence among those people. Tyson, a regular attendee at these gatherings, saw more than most. And considering Tyson's notorious reputation for speaking his mind, it's surprising that he kept quiet for so long. So why would a man who has never been one to hold back, especially about the darker side of fame, remain silent about what he witnessed at these events? It could be that Diddy's influence was just that strong, or maybe Tyson was biding his time. Well, that all changed recently when Tyson decided to spill the tea on one shocking event. Tyson's explosive comments about a particular incident at one of Diddy's parties have left many folks in shock.
What do you know about? Because some people are talking about there's Diddy involvement with Jamie and something happened because he was calling him out for some of the parties he was putting up. Is there anything you have opinions on Diddy? Have you had any experiences with Diddy?
No, just I knew him for a long time.
According to Mike, during one of these secretive gatherings, Diddy crossed a line that he couldn't ignore. The boxing legend claimed that Diddy was involved in a violent attack, a woman in a way that left Tyson outraged. This wasn't just a heated argument or a scuffle. Tyson described a level of aggression that painted Diddy in a light far removed from the suave, smooth-talking businessman. The world knows him as Tyson's account of the incident paints a scene one where the party atmosphere suddenly went out of control. Now, Diddy, known for being the life of the party, allegedly took things too far, and Tyson, a man who has seen his fair share of violence, was left disturbed by what happened. It's one thing to hear rumors about celebrity parties going off the rails, but it's another to have someone as close to the situation as Tyson come forward with such a bold accusation. However, the bigger question is, Tyson has had many opportunities to speak out before. He has never been one to shy away from controversy. So why did he wait until now to reveal this disturbing story? Some sources claim that recent events in Diddy's life may have pushed him to come forward, or maybe it was the weight of carrying such a dark secret for so long. Anyway, Mike Tyson's shocking revelation has opened the floodgates, and now the world is left to wonder just how bad Diddy's involvement in these events actually are. Now, there might also be more personal reasons fueling Tyson's anger. One of the most emotional chapters of Tyson's life was his close friendship with Tupac Shakur. They both were very close with Mike, even attending Shakur's final concert before his demise. Whether or not there's any truth to the conspiracy theories linking Diddy to Shakur's demise, The fact remains that Mike Tyson's current fury could be partially driven by the unresolved pain of losing someone who cared about so much.
A lot of ladies drink water at parties. If you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
How behind the glamorous side of Diddy's parties? People have often talked about what really went on behind closed doors. Insiders have suggested that these gatherings were more than just celebrations. They were intense. Events where illegal substances, power, and control played huge roles. Insider accounts describe a culture where illegal substances flowed freely and where guests engaged in activities they would rather keep hidden from the public eye. The atmosphere at these events was said to be wild, with Diddy in control of it all. But what truly set these parties apart from others wasn't just the wild behavior or the celebrity guest lists. Many folks have said that. Did he use these gatherings as a means of taking advantage of other people? There have been consistent talks that he might have recorded videos on what went on during these parties while capturing intimate moments involving high-profile figures. Some sources claim that Diddy could have used these instances as a form of insurance or blackmail, holding onto these tapes that could protect his interests or give him an upper hand in the industry. That went far beyond wild behavior. It's possible he saw the things that Diddy allegedly did with his guests. The even bigger question is whether Tyson himself was ever a target of this strategy. Whether Diddy tried to gain influence over the boxing champ through these means, the deeper Tyson was drawn into Diddy's world, the more likely it is that he could have been exposed to the underhanded tactics. Tyson, though, isn't the same man he once was. Over the years, he has had a transformation that's nothing short of remarkable. The Mike Tyson of today is far removed from the reckless, troubled figure of the past. After a career filled with extreme highs and devastating lows, he has found a new sense of purpose. He's more reflective with his emotions and more vocal about his past mistakes and struggles. This personal growth has likely given him the clarity to look back on the darker moments of his life and to speak out about the things that don't sit right with him anymore. It's this transformation that may have pushed Mike to finally break his silence on Diddy's past behavior. His moral compass seems to have shifted, and what he once might have brushed off as just another crazy party now weighs heavily on his conscience. His outrage at Diddy's alleged actions isn't just about what happened during those parties, but about the fact that Diddy has managed to avoid any real accountability for so long. Tyson's frustration is obvious. He's angry that Diddy's arrest has only happened now when he believes it should have come years ago. In recent months, Diddy's once glorious reputation has taken a massive hit from allegations of misconduct to his high-profile arrest. Diddy's life is going down in a way that few could have predicted. He now faces a massive lawsuit from 120 people that may very well mark the beginning of the end for his empire. The accusations range from financial mismanagement to darker claims involving violence. With the arrest making headlines worldwide, it's becoming clear that Diddy's life is crumbling. And what makes this even more damaging is that insiders, people who once stood by him, are beginning to speak out. With Mike's recent revelations, it appears that the wave is turning. Tyson's accusations aren't just about personal grievances. They point to a much more disturbing pattern of behavior that could have bad effects on Diddy's future. He hasn't held back his outrage in his recent statements. Tyson also issued a final warning about Diddy, hinting that what he has revealed so far may just be the tip of the iceberg. What do you guys think? Is Tyson telling the truth about Diddy? Could there be more shocking revelations on the way? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned because we'll be following. There's going to be more jaw-dropping news related to Diddy coming very soon.